with another day of the Inkvent calendar. So to begin my art sessions, I always light a candle. I've got my delicious drink off to the side here. Today I'm drinking a hot cocoa with a little bit of a sparkle mug. So let's jump in and see what color we're going to play with today. Well, this looks like it might be an interesting color, not necessarily what I would think about for Christmas, but you guys, I am sorry about the Band-Aid. I literally stabbed myself with the scissors. The packaging on these little ink bottles is no joke. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the swatch. This one will be interesting. Let's see what we've got. So we'll go ahead and swatch it out here and, oh, wait a second, what? I know that I had some on my brush. I'm starting to have some slight flashbacks from a couple days ago when we swatched ash. This is a very watery seeming ink, so this will be kind of interesting to see how this one dries, if it's going to have weird coloring or what the dealio is. So let's go ahead and test it out with the dip pen. It writes nicely. Harmony. I swear when I always get the bottles, I have to double check or triple check what the name is. So let's put that off to the side and go ahead and swatch our papers. So we've got our Rhodia here, or I'm sorry, the Nemesis. And look it's like pooling. It's doing exactly what ash did a couple days ago. I'm a little worried. Okay, let's just put it off to the side. We'll keep going. Now here is the Rhodia. And it does pull nicely. I mean, it is a beautiful color purple. It's interesting that we're having like another purple already, and we haven't even seen like a red or a true green for Christmas, so that's interesting. Let's go ahead and put it into my Hobonichi here. So we'll label it first and then go ahead and paint it into the box here. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna be open-minded. We'll see what this ink becomes. It is a lovely purple. It's not like fully purple. It's kind of like a muted purple. So we'll put this off to the side and let it dry. So now that they're dry, let's go ahead and take a look at our swatches. I did my pen test off camera because I forgot. So it's actually a really pretty purple. This is something that I would probably write with or put in a pen for daily writing. It is beautiful and it does show up well. So look at this. Ah, it made like a little heart or like a heart box with the shading underneath it. Well, that's kind of fun. So it did pull out and get pretty light on the Nemesis. And then, wow, look how dark it is on the Rhodia. And look, we have a little snail here. So sometimes, you know, it's like ink blots. I just get so excited. So here it is in the Hobonichi. Again, we have a little bit of that kind of shading there with a darker, almost a bluish purple. So it'll be interesting to see what colors pull in on the chromatography. So there's a little bit of bleed through there. I forgot to show these. So there's that. Again, the bleed through is only where I heavily saturated the paper, but all of the rest of it barely goes or shows through at all. So it is a nice ink. So here they are, all three of them next to each other. And so you can see the Rhodia is actually the darkest of them. Well, maybe that's just because it's layered up really well. But like the Harmony on the Hobonichi, I did lather that up pretty dark, so that's kind of interesting. All right, for the chromatography, we've got a lot of reds and blue, and as we know, red and blue make purples, so that is pretty consistent. Let's jump in to paint with it. This is going to be the fun part. So we'll go ahead and open up our book. That was yesterday's. And as usual, I will put the washi tape around it, throw on some music, and then check back with you near the end. Enjoy. So we're just finishing up here, and I went ahead and took a white gel pen and then just some clear water and blended that out to create a little bit more of the highlights within the clouds. So we'll go ahead and dry it really good and heat up our washi just a little bit and pull it off here. It's always kind of hard to hold the heat tool and then pull the tape off at the same time. So we'll put that off to the side and just pull. This is like my favorite part, is finishing pulling it off. Now we did have a little bit of bleed through underneath the washi. It's okay, I'm not too concerned with it. There are tricks that you can take that away, but since this is just a playful art journal, I'm not too worried about it. Look at the shading we were able to get within the mountains, and then that subtler, same shading, but just more subtle within the clouds. This ink is really a beautiful, stunning ink in the end, and I look forward to painting with it more in the future. Oh, I'm just loving these Purple Mountains Majesty. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you know when tomorrow's video will be dropping. Until next time, happy creating.